you guys feeling after that regional?
You know, good, very good. Regionals is the most stressful week of the year. It's also some of the most exciting because, you know, you get to see kids with a lot on the line, and we made it through. We played. We didn't play our best golf, but we did what we needed to do, and we get to defend our championship. So the guys are really excited about that.
Any little critiques or changes you want to see from your guys coming out into championships now?
You know, not really. I mean, golf's a hard game, and we didn't play our best golf in Baton Rouge, but we had a lot to deal with. You know, different climate, different grasses, different kind of golf course, and so you know, we battled and we did all right, and we survived and advanced. So we're excited to get to Chicago, though, for sure.
You guys survived, obviously, in Baton Rouge. You won the Pac-12 in Boulder. Does that a sign that your team travels well?
I hope so. Yeah. I do. I mean, we've been through a lot of adversity this spring with our weather, so I think we're ready for it. We were not ready for 90 degrees and humid weather in Baton Rouge. There's no way to really get prepped for that. So, but Chicago could have some crazy weather, and I think our spring will get us ready for that. Certainly Colorado will get us ready for anything.
Is there any way to recreate that vibe or that special feeling you guys have at Eugene Country Club?
You know, I don't know how you would recreate that other than we just had such a magical week a year ago. It's hard to believe it's been a year. Our goal is not to try to duplicate or anything. Our goal is to go play golf and hopefully play at a high level and see how it stacks up. You know, you can't force situations like that. You just got to handle yourself, and hopefully the guys will go back there and play their best golf and create some magic again.
Aaron and some other guys got off to a good start last year. Is that kind of the key, just to build that momentum and be one of the teams to make it into match play, and then anything can happen?
Like anything, a good start really helps, can take some of the pressure off, and Aaron led us amazingly last year, and now it's been Wyndham doing it a lot this year. So yeah, it would be nice to get off to a good start. It makes my heart beat a little less fast, but I would rather have a good finish. I mean, that's what it really takes, is down on that Sunday and Monday when we're trying to make the cuts to get into match play. That will be really a fun and an important stretch for us, and I'm excited to see these guys attack that.
How do you game plan for the club back in Chicago? I think there's only 50 members back there, so there's not a whole lot that you can know about the club going into it.
I don't know that too much about it. Wyndham Clark played the Western Am a couple years ago, and so he has some knowledge of it. You know, I went online and looked at it. I've played golf courses like that, you know, in the sense of it's Chicago, so the grasses will be similar. It has water, it's narrow, it's long. You saw how all the girls fared. It was really difficult for all the women. I mean, unbelievably difficult. So it's going to be a really tough championship, and they always are. But it's going to be tough on everybody. It won't really create any kind of advantage that way. Everyone's got to go play it, and so I feel okay about it.
Do you talk to Rhea at all about what it's like, even though, I mean, different tee box, different site on the fairway, but do you talk to her about what it's like out there?
I did. We were texting a bunch, and she said it was really hard. And, of course, they had a tough draw. I mean, they played, and when they teed off, it was in the 30 degrees and raining. So, you know, even though we're used to that, that's a tough chore on a golf course like that. And so they had a tough week, but she encouraged us to go get back at them. So we're gonna go try to make it right.
You mentioned the relief after making it out of regionals. Are guys going to maybe be a little looser? It is nationals still. I mean, it should be a little more tense, but is it not that way?
You know, I think when you make it through regionals, there's such a relief because it is such a grind to make it through that there is a sense of relief right now. But when you're on that first tee at nationals, it feels different, and there'll be tension, but it's good tension. It means we've done something, and the biggest thing is, you know, to go back there and have a chance to defend. And that's what I'm thankful to have these guys an opportunity to do that.
Casey, can you talk about how Wyndham ended up with you? What was his process of transferring out here?
Yeah, so Wyndham, I recruited really hard out of high school and lost him to Oklahoma State. And we maintained a good relationship. I'd see him at tournaments, and he had some friends here that he's kept in touch with since high school as he played a tournament here. And so we had some mutual, you know, kind of connection there. And so I remember after the championship, Aaron, you know, told me he was turning pro, and I was kind of in the fetal position in my office thinking what's going to happen next, and I get this phone call from Wyndham, and so he didn't commit right there, but I felt pretty good about the chances of getting a player like that, and lo and behold, about a month later he committed, and that was just a big thing. I mean, for me, he's a young man that I've always respected and thought he's a tremendous player, and he's just come in and worked his fanny off, and was the Pac-12 Player of the Year, and is going to be a first-team All-American, has a chance to be the Player of the Year.
So you go from thinking, oh my gosh, how do we replace a guy who just won an NCAA title, thinking, oh, maybe we got a guy who can do that again?
Literally, I didn't know how that would, I really felt like it was going to be a pretty major rebuilding year. And then you get a guy like that, and you're like, okay. And then Norman was a young man that I had been recruiting and knew he was coming. And he kind of hinted that he may want to graduate early and come, and I was like, well, let's do it. We got plenty of room for you. So to get two of those guys out of the blue, sort of, I mean, Norman was committed, but he was committed for this coming fall. To get two players of that caliber is unbelievable. I mean, they're two potential first-team All-American type players, and to have them both, just total grace and goodness for me to be able to have out of a cupboard that was moderately bare with Aaron leaving, and then to have two first-teamer type guys, just like amazing.
Did Wyndham share with you at all what he was looking for, just to change his scenery? Or?
Yeah, Wyndham's a really intense guy, and Oklahoma State's a really intense program, and I think he just kind of hit the wall with some of that, and I think he wanted a fresh start and some new ideas, and here he is.
You have the senior leading the way, but then all these sophomores and freshmen. What do you hope to see or get from the younger guys? It's been pretty amazing stretch. I mean, to have Wyndham obviously be the player of the year, to have Norman be first team All Pac-10, and then the freshman of the year in the Pac-12, excuse me. Only been that way for 8 years. And then Ryan Gronlund, came in, and he's a sophomore, and he was second team All Pac-12, and then Edwin Yee, second team All Pac-12. Pretty amazing. I mean, to have four guys get recognition. The Pac-12 is an incredible conference, so to get four guys recognition like that, it shows you it's a team. As much as Wyndham and Norman have been awesome, it's been those guys too, so it's been a pretty magical run for us, and now we just need to finish.